Welcome to our pick a card reading for the month of January. Okay, know that if you see this at another stage, I'm recording this in January of 2025, but this could be relevant for any time you see it. So I will show you your options. First, we have the Rider-Waite Tarot with the selenite. And then the next option, so that was option one. Option two is Apophyllite and the Good Tarot, the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. And then option three is the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore, and we have the Hematoid Quartz, which is a little heart there. So I will put an image of your options so that you can choose. So take your time, pause the video if you need to, and really focus on using your intuition as you select the option or options that resonate with you. And I will put the timestamps to each reading below, so you can click that, and then I'll see you on the other side. Okay, welcome to those who picked the selenite and the Rider-Waite Tarot. Let's see what is coming through for you for the month of January. For those who picked pile number one. Whoop, almost. That one almost flipped out. Let's see. Oh, there's a little bit of anxiety, nervousness. When things pan out. Stress. Ooh, feeling that. High Priestess. You're seeking the answers, aren't you? The High Priestess. Now, this suggests that you are highly spiritual and intuitive, yet perhaps empathic, and when you're overrun or overwhelmed with emotion, you can't see the wood for the trees. You need to come back into balance. There are times when you really need to go within or tune in and meditate and use your intuition. But that energy you must bring forth with you into your reality so that you can see spirit all around you, not just in the meditative space, but in every moment, in everything and everyone. Never fear. Things are going to work out for you. It's almost like you've been waiting, and then the sun comes out. There's a lot riding on some situation, or perhaps you're needing a new beginning, you're needing a fresh start. Whatever this means for you, because I feel this is multiple things for different people. So the sun talks about a bright new dawn, happiness, fulfillment. It's a very successful card. Joy. It also speaks to me of inner child. So there's something that has perhaps been triggering a childhood wound that is receiving healing. So this is the start. It's because you've been feeling quite vulnerable in a situation. That's why you've needed to break down those walls, those barriers to allowing these opportunities or this love or this fulfillment in. But it's scary, right? But the star suggests coming into balance, happiness. You're needing to make sure that you are grounded, because this is an emotional period for you. But there is something beautiful coming. The Page of Wands. This is a new addition, new energy. It does require for you to learn as you go, and I feel like you're breaking out of the mold. You're stepping out on your own in a sense. You're learning your way. You're learning your way. Yes, and so the 10 of Swords talks about endings, and I want to say that this is realizing what has not been working and who is not meant to go with you, because I'm Don't always get that this card has been talking about being stabbed in the back, but I really do feel that with this card today. That's why the anxiety. You've been picking up on other people's projections towards you. Now, that's not to say it's their fault. Intuitively, you've got a sensitivity, but there's a propensity to allow other people's opinions to become your truth, which is, it's not. But you're stopping that. You're recognizing it for what it is, and you're ceasing doing that, or you're learning to not do that. You've probably not recognized it for what it was in the past, but you're much more aware of it, or you're becoming aware of it. It's different for each of you, the stage you're at with that. And because I'm feeling that some problem will arise. Now, this is actually not a problem in the sense of in your life that you're going to need to fix. This is an energy coming in fast to create a little bit of disturbance. Now, I want to say it's someone wanting something from you, or someone saying something that upsets the apple cart. It's just not a nice energy. I'm not feeling it's very nice energy. It's not meant to be harmful, though. I want to say it's not meant to be harmful. It's just that everyone has their focus in their life, and you're learning to put the boundaries up in ways that you didn't before. Knight of Swords coming in quite quickly, disturbance, but it does not have the same effect as it used to. You're protected. You've got that Wheel of Fortune, which suggests that you have cleared out that karmic cycle, that way of being. You've done that, and you've learned from it now. So now you're kind of trying to wipe the slate anew. But people will feel that you have left them out in the cold. And I want to say you might feel out in the cold yourself because you're needing to like really hold your own. But if you do that, you hold your own, the Eight of Pentacles, yes, there's work to do, but this is progress as well. And this is saying that all that you've learned, you must put it into practice. You must be practical. No more just doing for others. Be practical in your approach and in your needs, which will ruffle some feathers. There's a lot of feeling of loss. It's not that there is a loss. It's just, it might be in the sense of a shift in dynamics and people in your sphere. Let's see. Yeah, but it's necessary because you've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, which suggests to come into the end of a cycle. I want to say it's the end of a cycle of lack, and that is because you have been much more focused on others rather than your own needs, but that is ending. And the Nine of Pentacles always talks to me about fulfilling your own needs, which is beautiful. Reaping your rewards. And then you have the Hermit. So it's interesting because you have felt like this journey has been solo, has been lonesome. Even if you've had people around you, you've felt lonely and isolated in your experience. You don't let a lot of people really down deep in. You let them in, but there's a certain point where you go, no, can't go past this. There are only certain special people you let that close, like close friends, and probably only one or two. You felt this was a solo journey, and likely you might feel like you don't want to go it on your own, but I'm getting a sense of you're needing to follow your own inner light. And the Hermit is actually wonderfully situated facing the star. And if you look, the star is actually in his lantern. And then we have the star. So this journey that you have been on, this healing journey, this awakening journey, has been a deeply personal one. Excuse that noise. And while it might have required you to peel back those layers, tear yourself down to the bone, so to speak, you're building yourself anew, and there's a level of vulnerability because you're really redefining who you are. And I want to say it's not so much a redefining as a reclaiming your truth and standing firmly in your authenticity and unashamedly being you and letting the cards fall where they will. If people don't like it, they can lump it, because you deserve to be true to yourself. And when you do so, the inner child heals, and the joy, you can allow it in so much more fully than you ever have before. True happiness, true fulfillment and success, because you're reaching for the stars, you're reaching for what you want, and you're recognizing that you deserve it. This year is a 9 year, which is a clearing out of what is not meant to be, an ending of cycles that have played out for far too long in your life. That is this year. Get it done as soon as you can. That's my advice, so you can enjoy the rest of the year. Let's see how it unfolds. I'm not sure we always have such control of that to that extent, but give it a go. All right, let's see. Oracle cards. This is the Wisdom of Avalon. The Mists of Avalon Oracle, rather. By Rose Inserra. It's a 9. Just take a moment to take that in. It's a 9. Chalice Heal. This talks about healing. This talks about trusting the process. You do need to come back into balance. And it's the chalice is reminding me of what I said earlier about needing to, I'm pretty sure I said it in this reading, needing to focus on your well-being. I've said that in the collective reading, actually. Focus on your well-being. Really come into balance. Yin and yang energy. This one of the key words is here, yin and yang. What I feel from this is really allowing the divine to support you, filling up your cup. Allow yourself to be nourished and fulfilled. Focus on your wellness. Be in a good space. January is about focusing on that, because there's a lot to play out in the coming months. And so you're needing to really look after you so that you can really open to the positive energy that will flow. It's already flowing now, but there are some things standing in the way that you're needing to clear out. Clearing out the clutter. Clearing out the energy that is stagnant. All right, one more card. The Elemental Oracle by Stacey Demarco. Darkness, the Moon. This card is asking you to really consider what you want, go within, and really consider what your intuition is showing you. Because sometimes you are known to second guess it because you care and love others, and you can't really believe that there could be ulterior motives, or that, you know, that certain situations are playing out. You just, a part of you doesn't want to believe certain things. And that's not to say there's a lot of difficult situations in your life, but there might be a couple of inconsistencies. And so you're being asked to be still, get yourself clear, listen to your intuition, but also the person you are behind closed doors, the person you are when you are alone, because that's when you are authentically you, when you are alone. That person is beautiful. She or he or they do not need to hide. They do not need to hide. So be who you are. I want to pull one more from this deck. Home, Earth. When you are authentic, living authentically, when you're true to yourself, and you really really are allowing yourself to be in the flow, knowing and trusting that universe, spirit has your back. The earth provides. The earth has an abundance of nourishment. Allow yourself to be supported. Also, this could be alluding to needing to get grounded as well. As much as I say, use your intuition and go within, you need to be grounded in order to integrate energy, whether it be ascension energy, whether it be downloads and information that you're receiving integrated into your life, into your sphere. You need to be grounded. The deeper the roots, the higher the reach. I'm going to leave it there for you today. Thank you for joining me. Please, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, because I'm really getting more active on YouTube, and I'd love to share some more pick a card and general collective readings with you, and some sound healing too. Thank you. Hi there. Welcome to those who picked group number 2, which is the Good Tarot by Colette, Baron-Reid, and the Apophyllite. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to shuffle them this way because see what is coming through. Just mix them up a bit. All right. Number 2. Oh, there's too many. So I'm going to take note of the Hermit. Inner journey, inner work, following your inner guidance, inner light. Ace of Water, which is the Ace of Cups. This is alluding to emotion, healing. Also asking you to be a bit of the observer right now. And I feel this is about watching your emotions, but also paying attention to the feeling when you're interacting with others. If you've been asking for a sign or for clarity, that will be your gauge. I feel a heart opening occurring, a beautiful, loving energy coming in. I'm going to separate them a bit more because I'm not a great shuffler at the best of times. And this is a big deck, but it is a beautiful one. All right, let's see. Shuffle this way, see if that helps. Ace of Water. What else is coming through? There's a beautiful energy coming through. 10 of Fire. Please check out the collective reading that I've posted for January. 10 of Fire is equivalent to the 10 of Wands in the Rider-Waite. The 10 of Fire talks about ending a cycle that is no longer serving you. I feel a cleansing occurring. And that is why there's a heart opening. There's been distraction. Needing to put down the burdens. Once you do so, once you put down the heaviness, let go of that heaviness that you've been carrying, and it's almost like you've done the work, you've done the healing, you've had the insight, the wisdom. It's just about fully letting that cycle go. It's run its course, and you know it's done, and you've done the work, you've cleared it, but it's just this lingering. It's kind of like you're at that 0 point where you're just about to step over the threshold, but you haven't fully let it go. It's almost like needing to integrate that energy. Don't fall back into old ways, because those contracts are cleared. See how she's holding pieces of paper? The pieces of paper are burning. I feel this is talking about karmic contracts, karmic release. That's just what I'm feeling. The World card. There's a lot of creative energy coming through, and I do feel a lot of change. Oh, there's an energy of expansion. So once you allow yourself to accept this good coming to you, this beauty, this love, these opportunities, this success, because I do feel there's a lot, and vitality, energy, vitality. Once you will fully allow yourself to let it in, the world is your oyster. I feel that energy just keeps expanding. It's kind of like when you're in that really good space, more comes, more comes, more comes. This one, Messenger of Fire. Whoops, that is the Page of Wands, the Messenger of Fire, Messenger of Air, and the Fool. Okay. First, the Messenger of Fire. This is a spiritual activation. That's what I'm feeling, a spiritual activation, energetic shift, which requires you to learn as you go this new way of being. You've asked for it. You've asked for change. The time is now. The time is right. So you must allow it fully to take hold, and you must have faith that this is divinely guided. Full. Take a leap of faith. Don't take those burdens with you. You can only pack light heart. Messenger of Fire. Clarity. Also, allow what others think, or don't allow rather what others think to penetrate. Oh, there's insight, deep awareness, and great shifts occurring. And I do get that sense that there's a lot of inspiration coming in for you. Wisdom. Queen of Water. You are deeply guided by your emotions, which means you must look after your emotional well-being. Try not to let the emotion overwhelm you. Allow it to guide you and to flow with ease. When you hold it onto it or hold it in, that is when you misstep or make mistakes, or where you misjudge the situation. And I don't mean judge, I mean misread. Six of Fire is success. So you have done the hard yards. Yes, you have stepped into this new phase, new cycle. The time for playing it small is over. That is done. Allow January to be your stepping stone. Get yourself sorted, because in the coming months, things are going to move quicker. You need to be in balance. This also talks about being in harmony with others. Try to watch your words and your interactions. Just allow things to flow without trying to control the steps, right? Again, learning on the job, learning as you go, the Page of Earth. So I made a mistake before because the messengers are actually the knights. But what I feel is that message is relevant. What I do feel with the Page of Earth is that you are stepping forth into, I want to say that this is also regards to work. It's a new era. Excuse me while I just try to make sense of it. Because it's coming through a little bit more like channeled messages. Yeah, I feel a very strong calling coming in. There's a strong call. You're needing to, you're encouraged to really take those steps now on your spiritual path. And if this is talking about your own business or your own work, or perhaps you are a healer or a reader or an entrepreneur of some sort, if that's what it's talking about, you really need to go now. You need to do it now. Don't wait any longer. You have all that you need now to take those steps. Spirit is guiding you. Spirit has your back. They want you to succeed. You've got the Six of Fire. clarity is on the horizon. But first you need to step up to the plate. Spirit needs you to meet them. They are presenting the steps to you, but you must walk the path. You must walk the path. Do not squander it. The King of Earth is at the bottom. I do feel there is enough for you. You are being supported, you're being watched over. And there is also, this will likely not be for everyone, but there is a strong masculine energy that is with you. And this will be a father, grandfather, or figure, father, grandfather figure, whether it be a guide or a loved one. And they want you to succeed. They want you to stop berating yourself for everything. And they want you to take charge of your life. You deserve good things. Why do you think you don't? Why do you think you're not worthy? Who told you that? You told you. You allowed the actions of others to define you, but no more. You have come out of the storm. Hell, you've become the storm. Watch out. Because when I'm feeling storm, I'm feeling power and energy. But that energy, rather than directing it as a negative force within yourself, use it for good. Use it for positive change for your life and perhaps for the lives of others as well. Let's get some oracle cards. That's why I was feeling a bit spacey, tumbling over my words. There's some energy shifts. You've been feeling that for sure. You've got Nimue. What a beautiful energy, Nimue. You're being encouraged to really, really look within and see the ways that you have misdefined yourself, to play it small, to minimize or to dim your light in order to not stand out. And whether you feel like you were bullied or you were talked down to in some way, there's a sense of dimming your light, dimming your worth, and that has become your own rhetoric, because Nimue is about confidence and believing in yourself and respecting yourself and having good self-worth, self-confidence. There are opportunities arising for you in the coming months, but you must believe in yourself and believe that you are worthy and that you can achieve great things. Oh, I want one. In this time, I'm going to just go with the Mists of Avalon deck. Merlin has been speaking. Perhaps that is the grandfatherly energy coming through. Yeah, and he's about magic and alchemy, also intuition and prophecy. But with Merlin, before when I said about that storm that you overcame, you now are, in a sense, it's that energy that was overpressing you. You've taken hold of it. Yes, it overwhelmed you for a while, but now you've transmuted it, alchemized it, and have redirected it into something more positive, something beautiful. Because energy, it is not positive, is it? Not positive, it is not negative, it just is. It is how we choose to work with it, the intention behind it, how we wield the energy. I feel that in the coming months, a lot of shifts are happening that are going to make you realize that you have been misjudging yourself. And the last card is Fairy, which is a beautiful card. This is about bringing true nature, focusing on joy. When you're in that good, positive space, that joyful space, good things happen. You are protected. You are watched over. Allow universe to guide and support you. I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you for joining me. Please check out the collective reading if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to be more active on this channel, and there'll be more readings as well as intuitive healings through sound coming in the near future. Thank you. Hi there, those who picked group number 3. We have the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore and the Hematoid Quartz. Okay, let's see what is coming through for group number 3. Let's see. 4 of Swords. Rest is needed. This could allude to needing to meditate, but I also feel like there's a lot of mental energy and thoughts. Perhaps communication has been a bit chaotic, and the advice is to just take a step back. Take a step back out of the situation. Yeah, just allow yourself that reprieve. Yeah, you feel maybe that you're banging your head against a brick wall. Queen of Swords. There's a knowing here, and I almost get a sense that you realize what's the truth of the situation, and it's almost like the other people don't see it for what it is, but you do. You're getting clearer on what you want now, and you're being very direct with your approach. And I want to say that with that 4 of Swords, clear communication is needed, but yes, you're needing a little bit of a step back first, because you don't want your words to be cutting. The Queen of Swords, sometimes her words can be cutting. Page of Cups. There is potential and new energy coming in. You have perhaps felt a little bit left out in the cold with that 5 of Pentacles, and you've almost felt a little bit hard done by. You're worried that things won't eventuate, or what you want won't come to fruition. But on the other side of that, you also get that sense that it will. But in your reality currently at this stage, you can't see it manifesting, but it's coming. But you also get the sense that it's coming. So it's kind of like this confusion that you have, contradiction. The Lovers. Healing is coming. You do need to make a decision, right? You need to make a decision and prioritize your needs. With the Lovers and 2 of Wands, if there's someone else in this mix, maybe you're not sure if you're on the same page. I feel like there's apprehension on one side, but there does need to be a decision. Now, while you feel there is a clashing, just give it time, because you have the 2 of Cups, which also says things are coming back into balance. The 2 of Wands is a positive energy too. This definitely could be alluding to a partnership or relationship and what you're wanting. You're both wanting, both together and in life in general. the reason why there's been stagnancy is because there's been too much energy that needs to be cleared. There's been too much baggage from the past, but that is being let go. With the Temperance card, you're being asked to have a bit of faith and patience, because there is healing. And then you have the Sun. Now, if this is talking about family or having a family, this is a very positive omen for that. I want to say what I'm sensing is that this situation, relationship, I'm very strongly feeling relationship, partnership, there might have been some difficulty, lack of communication, but the Sun says that there's a new energy coming in. Vitality and joy are coming together. It's a beautiful one. And Hierophant. This is a strong committed energy, but you do need to practice what you preach. So sometimes relationships test us, right? And we know that maybe we're behaving in a way that isn't quite how we would like to in the heat of the moment. And so there is a need to practice what you preach. Yes. Decide what you want, because you've got the Hermit and the Two of Pentacles, which came out together. Are you going to allow this to be a unity or a division, walking side by side? Does that make sense? It's kind of like, yeah, we can be together and still feel like we're hermity, or we can really be holding hands, walking together into the sunset, so to speak. Not that everything is sunshine and roses. I mean, that there is always work to do, right? Okay, now you have the King of Swords. Yeah. The King of Swords, as it's presenting, he is kind of looking away from the situation. He doesn't really want to indulge. He was happy to be in that bubble of, this is where we're at and I just want to stay here for a little while. So I feel this is the other person in your sphere. But is realizing, clarity is coming, is realizing that can't, or now this is not definitely a male or a he, you know, it could be anyone. But as I'm just reading it as being the King of Swords, this person who's showing up as the King of Swords is realizing that they need to step into the light now. And then you have the Four of Wands, which is beautiful. Four of Wands is a very, is a celebratory energy. It can allude to a lot of joy, celebration, strong connection. So it's a beautiful energy. And the Four is always about getting things grounded, solidified, adding structure, if relevant, right? Okay. The Elemental Oracle. Yes. Okay. This makes more sense. Dark matter. There always will be a sense of mystery in the unfolding. You can't control everything. As much as we'd like to save ourselves from hurt, to save ourselves from being taken unawares, being taken for granted, if you like. You can't know the ins and outs of everything. You can't control the process. The process is flow. So you must allow this to unfold in its natural pace. There is a transformation occurring with the butterflies. And the butterflies also talks about every little thing has a knock-on effect. So every moment, the choices you make define the outcome. So you need to focus on the moment, not on the outcome. Does that make sense? So focus on living the choices you make in the moment rather than where it's going to lead you. Yes, we do have goals and dreams and aspirations, but we need to focus on the here and now to get there anyway. So it's much more important what's here in front of you. Because there is growth. That one really jumped out to me. There is growth. The plants. This talks about abundance, a beautiful energy. Yeah, there's growth in a situation. As long as you let nature run its course, allow things to blossom and bloom in their time, it will happen. It will happen. Okay. If you have bore with me to this point, I hope you have. Let's see the last one, which is the Mists of Avalon Oracle. Okay, this one. Oh, there are two. Okay, last two cards. You get the Mists of Avalon. There is transformation. The situation has been shrouded in the thoughts and fears, the mental energy, right? But you are at that precipice. You're moving into a new phase. The Mists of Avalon, the mists are like the boundary between the real world and Avalon, if you like, or the mundane and the magic. You're at that point. Sometimes if we are not grounded and present, we don't actually see things clearly when we use our intuition. When we're not grounded, we don't actually always see clearly. It's very hard to make sense of everything if we always have our head up in the clouds. And then you have the Isle of Avalon, which is healing, mystery, magic, rests, rejuvenation, nourishment. So this situation is having a new lease on life. You're just at that precipice, and I think you can see it, but there is that little doubt in the back of your mind that things aren't going to change. They are going to change. You just have to be patient. Choose to focus on the joy, the happiness, the fulfillment, like what you appreciate, the beauty in the moment, and make choices in the moment that feel right for you, that feel authentic and true from a heart level. And then that will shift the energy, like with jump in the cards, dark matter here, and you see that there's all these butterflies. Reminds me of the butterfly effect. One little thing can have such a big ripple effect and change the course of everything. But that one little thing happens in the moment. So every choice you make. So nothing is really set in stone. Yes, we have certain things to play out in our life, but nothing is truly set in stone. So you choose moment to moment on what you focus on, what you feed. And that's how the rest unfolds. I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a wonderful January, and please subscribe if you haven't already, because I will be posting more videos like this and also some sound healing, so keep tuned for that. Thank you.